Oh. You heard that correctly. It's me and Liz. We're back. They kicked him off the panel. He refused to put on a tie. He refused to put on a suit. They all looking fancy. I went, come over here, brother. I got you covered.
I've been saved by you once again, man. I haven't casted in a really long time, especially with you, and what a game to come back to casting with. Like, Liquid versus OG, and these two drafts, so unconventional for the meta, but so conventional for the teams, right? Like, we're in for a treat.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, OG, like, once they got the eye at the start, there was a smile creeping. I was like, if there's any team that feels comfortable this year, any team that's going to come up with something special, you know it's them. And then Quakefa gonna be back on that lone draw that we expect to see. And of course, you know, Liquid, they are running the Tiger Enigma. Not sure if they're going to commit to a tri-lane like we usually see, as Bo3's currently starting top. But we do know that the Liquid, they feel like this team is trying to bring back those tri-lanes of old, right?
I mean, we have seen this matchup, right? Taiga, Enigma, and Bo3 on the Void Spirit. We have seen this before. Usually Bo3 helps out a little bit at the beginning, then he strolls away and starts that tri-lane. This tri-lane will be difficult to play against if there is one. Wisp, Tusk, +1, that's extremely difficult to play against with that tag team.
Yeah, and then you're looking, you're going, well, what's our tri-lane potential here? I mean, your Wind Ranger's probably going to be run away a lot, and the Void Spirit can be pretty effective in the right circumstances, but you know, you're not exactly the tankiest of fellas, and as you said, you're gonna have that Tusk in a tri-lane scenario, so there's gonna be a lot of physical damage coming out.
Yeah, you can see that they're switching things up as well, with Taiga starting on the bottom lane and Quakefa going back top. You really want to be playing Enigma in this lane that's a tri-lane, because you'll always be able to mess with the equilibrium and move the creeps back. But look at mid one and Wisp. This is extremely smart. They're gonna zone him away.
Oh, what are you doing there, buddy? Just trying to slow down the creeps, make sure maybe they can get on tower. There it is. Sax will save the block. The Eidolons will be able to replicate, though, because they've just been more or less ignored. I say that, it looks like they're going to go down before they get a chance. So.
And they disappear when the lane starts anyway, so it doesn't really help that much. But the problem for Taiga is, right here what happened, he didn't control the equilibrium of the lane, and that's extremely important for an Enigma. Now, usually what you want to do is you want to use twice the sacrifice on your creeps. Bo3?
Oh, but look at Bo3. I mean, you probably know you're going down for this, but he's just trying to make sure that he returns the favor and gets the creeps under tower. But, I mean, the equilibrium will still be okay for OG by the looks of it, so Tiger's still going to have to come out and play, and now first blood going to OG.
No, this is extremely good for OG. They read what Liquid wanted with this Enigma so well, and they prepared against it, and they executed correctly this tri-lane. I like seeing this a lot.
Yeah, because I think they've caught out multiple teams with this before, right? Like, every time you see Liquid pick up the Enigma, I don't think there's been one time where it doesn't end up being this, let's leave Tiger alone, he'll still get good XP, and then Bo3 tries to shift to the other lanes and help.
That's still doable, right? Like, if you manage to block the hard camp and prevent them from pulling as they're pushing in, but Bo3...
He's under the tower. This will be a hard one to pressure, but they're going to try anyways. They do continue to pursue this, maybe further than they should. But the creeps are here, so they won't be punished for it. Making sure he doesn't feel comfortable in this lane. And speaking of comfort, Quakefa's definitely feeling that in the top lane so far. Not really been contested at all, seeing as Seb has been left on his lonesome up here.
Yeah, man, I really think this bottom lane is the main focus of the early laning stage. Very rarely do you really want to look at only one lane, but this is what makes or breaks the game for both of these teams. If Taiga goes wild in on this bottom easy lane, like, the game is extremely difficult for OG. But if they continuously pressure him, the story is completely different.
That's true, and if you get a little bit of XP advantage, you do have a hero that can rotate to the other lanes, right? Sax can move to elsewhere, but for now, he'll stay here. Tiger's being ran through, mid one does get the spin off, so he doesn't care too much about the magical damage, but the physical damage is pretty high. Bo3 moves in, trying for the kill, but he can't get it. The Fairy Fire is going to keep mid one up. It's already starting to fail for Liquid. That's the second death they've given over, and there is concern that maybe one or two more of these, and Bo3 won't be able to protect Tiger.
No, they're dismantling them on this bottom lane. One good thing, however, for Liquid is at least Bo3 is getting some levels, but having a level 2 Enigma at this point in the game, man, that's literally the opposite of where you want to be as an Enigma right now. You want to keep the enemy cores, the enemy heroes under-leveled.
That's true. Like, anytime you talk about Enigma, it's one of the few heroes remaining that can kind of cause that XP starvation, right? When you think of heroes of old like Lich that used to be able to do it, he can no longer sacrifice creeps. It's only really an Enigma that can so easily deny a big chunk of XP to his opponents.
Good old Lich, go into the lane, not even go into the lane, just eat the creep halfway through and just wait there. Like, oh man, I could call myself skilled back then, because the game was very simple.
I love that. It's just like, you know what? These are the old days, but now we as kind of elite community, we want more skill gameplay. We've gotten rid of like the newbie-friendly intro heroes, right? Lich isn't this hero you instantly advise your new friend anymore. Oh man, it makes me wonder what is like the newbie-friendly hero? Do we really have like a truly newbie-friendly hero anymore?
We don't. That's in League of Legends. You need some skill.
That's true, but they're all
for
new.
This game. That's it. That's my point.
God.
What do we have on lanes? But
go ahead.
Yeah. So Tusk has rotated top. He realized, okay, we have punished Taiga quite heavily, and there's no point beating a dead horse any longer. So he's actually on the top lane right now. And there's a juicy stack.
Does look pretty tasty. It's not the easiest one to get your hands on, though. Now, Quakefoot, this is pretty comfort for the Lone Druid in this situation, right? Because usually the thing you say about Lone Druid is you can kind of maybe bully him in the early phase, deny his CS a little bit, but he's kind of getting over that hurdle without much pressure on him. So maybe they can do it now as they're wrapping around, but it's like, there's no point in the raw. Spears off the mark, though. Got an opportunity missed.
Yeah, they just try to mess with him a little bit, but he knows what he's doing. He's a seasoned Lone Druid player, and the lane is pushing in.
He's the Bear Whisperer, I think, is the appropriate nickname we give him.
Pretty much. When they bring out the Lone Druid, that's when you know that Liquid are really bringing in the big guns, right? Like, this Lone Druid is their secret weapon.
Yeah, and it is a hero that can be pretty powerful, right? Like, it's something that doesn't always get figured out necessarily because we have so few Lone Druid pro players. Oh, mid one. Really low, but it would have moved away with the healing ward.
Yeah, the healing ward plus Wisp is a really strong combo. He got that low because they're trading all their healing resources to take care of Eidolons. As long as you're killing Eidolons on this lane early enough, then Taiga cannot deny any more creeps than that initial one. So you really want to be doing that all the time.
Which is just ridiculous with the overcharge we're seeing there. That's only level 2 overcharge, which makes it so easy to clean up all of Tiger's little Eidolon babies. Bo3 already looking to rotate, Cookie in. But I'm not sure if this is the move. Kids are going to come out. Thompson says, fine, I'll just hug you. Come closer. The counter to SAPPHIRE mid. Simply run at them. With the rotating no tail, I don't know if they can do Thompson. He wants to fight this though. He's going to go in. They don't have the damage instead. It's going to be Bo3 going down, and Sax just snipes him out with the ice shards.
Yeah, did you check the build on Thompson as well? Like, he has 3 levels of Kraken Shell and 4 in air. Yeah, he has no Ravage, no Gush. This is completely... it's false defense, right? Like, you're thinking it's completely defensive, but with the Wisp, he actually has a lot of offensive power too, if he can just rush you down. Do you remember, by the way, a few months ago, there was that Darkseer plus Tidehunter combo that was played all the time, with Tidehunter going damage, and then you just get surged in?
Yeah.
Everyone forgot.
And then you vacuum them into Anchor Smash every time. Then
it was so sick, so powerful. And with Wisp, you can kind of do a similar thing. We'll see, maybe.
I mean, Wisp has many good targets in this game, right? Let's say mid one's off doing an Omni Slash. You know, going with a Mars or a Tide, these heroes do have a lot of damage in the early mid phases of the game. Can't unlock it. Moving in, Tiger, he's not level 6, hitting up the wrong side of the shards though. I want to back up, the Cookie's going to come out, no tails to target. He's going to be brought low, but the Scatter Blast is off the mark. Mid-K. An unusual moment for him on the SAPPHIRE, failing to close that kill will allow No Tail to limp away.
That was some Twitch fails of the week gaming from both of these teams. Like, no offense, they're two best teams in the world right now, but everything they could miss, they missed. Like the ice shards, then the snowball. Somehow they missed the snowball. The SAPPHIRE ports in, and it's a okay. So Mickey did get a good fire snap cookie. It just wasn't enough, and then Wisp with the tether, he survives. Yeah. A little bit. It
was a one-up competition, right? It's like, oh, you messed up the shard to snowball. Okay, watch this, guys.
Yeah, they're just showing us that they're mortals too. It happens.
Call it testing buttons. I'm sure we'll get it right for the next one.
Very interesting from Insania. If you check, he has 2 levels of power shots, so no levels in shackles so far. That's something that you see usually from position 4 Wind Rangers, but
this is a position 5 Wind Ranger.
Yeah, this is
played
5.
differently.
I don't think there are positions on Team Liquid anymore, man. Like, this is just a team, you know, and that's it. Like,
that's
positions.
True.
That's 2019.
We were asking for the mid Insania, right? Maybe this is him playing the mid while not in the mid here. He's like, well, 2 points of power shot. I mean, if I was a mid Wind Ranger, I would never level that shackle early.
Certainly he's playing a hero that could be played mid, and it was one of those things, very flexible pick early on. Alright, so far no objectives have been taken, minute 9. They did rotate Tide top, and why did they do this? They literally rotate Thompson into the lane versus Lone Druids, so that the Lone Druid can pressure those towers early on. Which is why we might see Koipa even go away from top, but there's a huge wave coming.
The black hole. Tiger commits, and the spin's already been used. Mid one, a little bit of trouble. He's not level 6 yet. Shackle shot is going to be a whiff, but the Remnant is good, and the Cookie will get the kill. This time, Liquid will hit their spells, and No-Tail will be able to move away. Just as I say that, the Scat Blast is a little bit awkward, but Mike does have the haste to keep chasing. The reason to go down will protect No-Tail, gives him the turnaround as well, and saying he couldn't finish off the ball. I was going to live, but Saxon now getting low, needs to back away quickly, and 7.5 HP. He's getting blocked off. Cookie is off the mark, but that gets him in range for the stun. Nice reload out, will save the day, though.
Easy breezy.
Yeah, it looked like a really good bait from Wisp, right? Like, he's baiting into the Mars arena, but they just don't have damage right now. Like, Wisp, Tusk, and Mars, they had no damage to fight for heroes. Taiga?
Now, there's definitely damage here, though.
Normally.
Even a level 4 Tusk with 2 points of tag team is enough to scare the crap out of Tiger in this game.
This is pretty good movement from OG. Really, really smart. Snowball?
Yep, nice dodge.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You see this, Koipa pushing mid at the same time, and now Thompson is just mirroring his movements.
It's like, where you go? Get back here, okay? I was given a duty by my captain. Kiss is coming out. Just to save Boxy, really. It doesn't give them any kill opportunity because they're still retreating. And this is great for OG because the whole while mid one's just been tapping away at that tower.
Exactly. They're realizing that as 4, they're stronger right now as there's no black hole, right? So why not take objectives? While Thompson, literally, he doesn't need to join them. The only thing he has to do. Yeah, he's just running out. He's just annoying Koipa. Like,
like, what the hell are you going? Get back here, dog. We're laning partners.
Get away from him, man. Like, Koipa is definitely tilted by this a little bit. Can't play his game.
The creeps as well. I love it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now, this being said, Liquid, they will have a power spike very soon as Mika is getting close to that Ags. And that should be where, you know, the next black hole we see won't feel a little bit awkward. It should be a pretty dominant one because they have a way of getting Tiger in even when he's feeling a bit dirt poor.
And you can I'm pretty sure you can toss in Mickey. And when I say that, I mean Michael Wu, the bear.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can toss him in too. So that's not a big investment.
Well, bear.
Radiant's top tower.
Besides against trying to kill off the task, Snowball's going to come in. Koipa might lose his pet for that. They just wanted to make a little bit of a fight. But, you know, when animals get aggressive like this, they have to be put down mid one. He's like, where you going? That's 300. I need.
Yeah, he's not risking. Yeah, he's not risking getting that, but he did get the gold.
Got it.
Yeah, he did get the gold, but it doesn't matter. They secured the kill. Mid lane still pressure though.
VODS just wants the tower. They do manage to get it. Now they're going to try and punch the tusk, but Snowball just dodging everything out. Sack's going to be chased onto now. Nice spear, though, to slow it down. We'll buy enough time for Sack to back up for a moment, but the hot in pursuit will turn around with the Walrus Punch. Says, screw you, Foxy. If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. But the problem is that Miko won't let him. Seb going to be brought low. Remnant is a little bit of a whiff, but the kisses will finish him off. And No Tail already using the tether. We'll feel the pain, but it's not a big enough amount of damage to kill him as well.
Bottom tower
Man, you know me, like, and how much I love rotations on this game, and
Please go for it. Mike is just trying to show us all that he's not done yet.
No Tail moves back. I just want to say, bot lane, mid one, wait.
That got awkward. That's going to get more awkward for mid one. Oh, the big brain in each other there. The healing ward looked like it turned it for mid one, but Poxy's even going to farm that after the fact.
Yeah, really good TP by Taiga. And this is pretty much a moment in which game becomes very chaotic and where OG shines. We'll see what happens after mid one resurrects. But so far, Liquid, they have played this game flawlessly. Yeah, Koikwa has been shut down by Tidehunter, pretty much shadowing his footsteps. But the way they realize what the weak points are from OG, like that mid-tier 1 while Wisp and Jug are bottom, it's really good. Like, it's really good. So far, trading these two objectives 1 for 1.
Yeah, especially when you consider the way that they're OG, they kind of got the start to the lane they wanted, is they're going to find an easy pick on Insania. Bye-bye.
Now your fish food.
If you don't have that wind run, pack team plus Walrus Punch.
Even if you do have that wall run in this game, I mean, they've got Medallion and Lads now, and of course Walrus Punch always hits. I don't think Insania's going to enjoy this game much. They actually put Tiger in the bot. Of the arena.
Well, you'd see many different builds from different Enigma players. This 2-0 Talisman has been very common for the last 6 months. But what comes after is really different from one game to another. And going for this Blink Dagger, I think this is really important for Liquid. Yeah, they don't have Black Hole to work with, but top lane.
Gobble in. Thompson Corn 2 instantly cancels as he can try to move away. He has got the Ravage, but there's no point in using it. Or is the Saxon? Nice snowball away. Gets the creep, saves his life, but now the Ravage is going to come out to make sure he can run away. Saxa on point entirely throughout this game with these snowballs. Might cost him his life this time, but he'll say worth.
Yeah, that's completely worth. Like, the Arcane Rune is still on Snapfire, so Thompson should be a little bit careful, but they do have a ward, so they know exactly where Mickey is. But damn, did you see the amount of heal on Vlad's? Like, I always... I don't know, that's always crazy for me. So much heal.
It's kind of nuts. Like when you're getting ganked and you have a Vlad, you're like, oh, well, there's no easy way I'm going to run out of this. You just see the creeps and run into them. You're like, I know I can sustain for longer. Now, one little bit of vengeance. Gobble up. They're actually targeting the wrong persons. They're going to be jumped straight away. Mike is going to be ran down and killed off. He wanted to find a setup in the mid, but instead he gets set up himself. Insania now will be chased onto Eureka Shackle. Spear to push him back into the waiting arms of Thompson. Will gobble up the kill. Now they can push on this tier 1 tower.
They're a little bit too aggressive without having Black Hole. As Enigma is still just chilling. He has Black Hole in 25 seconds. You don't really want to fight if you're Taiga. If you're Boxy, you're quite happy about that. Seb just calibrating his timings a little, I guess. Yeah, it just happens. It happens, really. Koikwa is also biding his time. He's moving towards that MKB. He might have to go and defend mid though.
I don't think there's going to be much mid left to defend right now. This is looking pretty dead.
He is
a little bit hesitant. Now they see him. Walrus Punch onto the bear. The hunt for the main target. Reload in as well. Quake in a bit of trouble. Does get the ult off in time. The Roar's not buying much though. As they're going to Omni-Slash through. They'll connect across and they'll clean up the owner. Tiger with the Black Hole. But Seth, he interrupts the initiation on the side. The follow-up's not going to be there. Void Spirit's going to be ran through. Tiger is dead as well. And now they'll hunt forward for more. Insania trying to run away. Snowball's coming off cooldown. They'll keep vision. The Yule's going to be there. Zeb doesn't have the spear to miss this time, but they don't need it. They'll follow through instead with the Snowball onto Mike, under the tier 2s, and realize this was a bad idea. Just take the towers. They can't move.
And I was praising them quite a bit in the laning stage. Right now, they're doing some crucial mistakes. Like, I love the fact that Koikwa tried to get Roshan to follow him so that maybe that Omni-Slash goes on him. but he went out of vision, so that couldn't happen. But using that black hole, without Mickey being around, that's gonna hurt them later on, because now you have this cooldown of 200 seconds once again, and you have to find a way to play without it. You have to find a way to play without Taiga.
Actually, literally without Tiger.
Welcome back to the game, bro.
Hope you enjoyed the 10 seconds or so you got to live. Back to nap time. Don't worry. You'll have black hole in another 130 seconds.
This is instantly into the pit. Yeah, some of these plays, like literally, that if they lose Koikva, but they don't lose the black hole, it's still fine. But losing that black hole is so important for Liquid. Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was a little bit of a. Feels bad, man.
I mean, everyone has like gimmicky phrases. Mine's always like insurance policy for things like black hole, right? And it really does feel that way for Tiger in this game. You have to get a big cash-in reward for using that black hole, or it's better to just keep it as a deterrent, because OG, you know what type of team they are, and you know how they're playing this game. They're just balling up and running here, as they'll find another one.
And it always gets harder and harder for an Enigma in a situation such as this one.
He gets away, but Voidcore isn't so lucky. They find the better target. Oh my.
Where life right.
This is... It's looking rough, man.
This is OG playing like we know they can, right? When they see a weakness, they just keep on chugging.
And that's a big weakness. A big weakness to use that black hole, and now your game is kind of falling apart because remember, when you have that black hole, your team, you can win almost any team fight. But the problem is now they have Aegis too. How do you go through them twice? Because it's going to be extremely difficult for Liquid to play these next couple of minutes.
Yeah, I'd say the only way is you wait for what feels like ages, is they're going to lose another target. Void Spirit caught by the spear. Nothing they can really do. I mean, you know, they've got these cute things, like they actually really lucked out in Insania as he did get his hands on the Iron Good 3 in this game, but you just can't really delay OG. You're probably going to lose while you're out of towers before the Aegis is gone.
All of the neutral items now that you mentioned them are really good for Liquid. Getting the PMS on Lone Druid, getting the Philosopher's Stone on Enigma to buff up his farming speed even more. Even the Clumsy Net on Grandma, it's all really good for them, but the way they fought these couple of team fights really wasn't there, and maybe a smoke or something similar, but this is like, okay, it looks like they will mid. Will they? Nope.
I mean, you have to be careful though, right? Because, you know, you've got the black hole again, but the if factor. What if it is not an amazing black hole? Because at this stage, that's kind of what's keeping you in this, is you're starting to lose by a noteworthy net worth amount. Insania going to be ran down. They can't connect, but Shackle Shot's going to come out. Black hole, there it is, the kisses. They're looking for the arena's going to go down, but it will not protect Thompson. They'll move it now. The Omnislash bouncing around on the Quakefun. Dishing out a lot of damage. Go off, they stick them back in. No Tail's going to be ran through. The Root's going to come out in the meantime. The Saxa, he can't use the Snowball. Shackle Shot slow him down again. The Snowball's finally going to be there. The control up on the box. They'll turn around and run him down instead, as mid one is still a formidable target. Seb trying to limp away as Mike chases on. Is he baiting himself is the real question. There's a blink now on Seb. He can do what he wants. They blink away with Saxa. Raw will save Mike from a reinitiation, but finally they're able to fight back.
That was great. That fight from Team Liquid, I didn't actually believe that they had it in them, but man, do they turn and show up in that fight. That was really good. Eliminating Thompson at the beginning was crucial for them. He deals so much damage, brings so much utility to the team fight, but he doesn't have a BKB, right? He has no magic immunity, and because of that, one single Mortimer kiss and gobble up, and he's down. Really well played by Taiga and Mickey in that fight.
That can be the greedy part of this type of build, right? It's like why we usually see Pipe, Vlad, all the utility, because then you become an unkillable target. Because Thompson in this game, he's trying to be more than just unkillable, right? He's trying to be this aggressive factor comparative to the Lone Druid.
Do you ever play like with teammates, like some friends from real life that are a bit lower MMR than you, and then you random and whatever you get, you're playing carry with it, you know, or mid lane? That's how Thompson looks like right now. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a very solid build still on him, but yeah, some other builds might bring a more utility.
Most definitely. Oh, gobble. Some of them bring a lot of everything. The Snapfire setting up. Easy Aegis gone. They are on their way. Thompson's pretty far out. At least a few seconds away from being in Ravage range. And Liquid, they're smart about this. They say, nope, that's good enough. Just TP out. Boxy's going to be chased down. Probably going to die here. He's only got the Dissimulate, and the damage is way too high. They'll be able to kill him.
Now you actually have to ask, was this that worth it? Because the Aegis was being reclaimed in like about 30 seconds anyway. It's a good morale boost at least. It can
We
die,
can kill someone on OG.
We can kill it, yeah, that's what matters.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No, won't stop mid one from going straight up onto the high ground. Seb in with the arena. Actions on the Insania. Cookie try and get him out. It's going to be off the mark though as he turns around, looks the wrong way. But they can't finish him off. Instead, Insania's going to be turned into a weapon against Seb. Any initiation you can do, I can do better. No Tail trying to save. Won't be able to do so. Seb is rooted up and killed off.
Thompson so deep still. He understands.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, but he got the little true form off. They're going to turn and bring out the Sapphire and kill her off. Koipa's there, he's almost dead. The mid one needs to run now, in a little bit of trouble. Tree's off the marks. They were not able to hit him up with the shackle due to the roots, but they still force him out of the base. Thompson might not want to hang here too much longer. Might get the bear though. Money. There's that moment instantly as Thompson's running away when he's just like, shackle shot. Yeah, we shoot him.
So he was really deep. He understood that there's no black hole for, well, it just came off cooldown, so he knew that whatever he was doing there is completely safe as they can't take him down. Seb dies also because relocate wasn't really timed perfectly by No-Tail, or there was Yules to prevent it from being timed perfectly well. They take down tier 3, take down Mickey and move back. I think OG is satisfied with this. They can continue back farming on Jug. He needs that Skadi as soon as possible.
Yep.
And that's always completed on Thompson.
Alrighty then. We are bringing the deeps from Thompson at this stage. I mean, yeah, he's almost up at level 20 already, so he's a bulky boy from levels alone. They're going to try and find something as they smoked up on Liquid. They're on the prowl. That black hole, they don't want to have to use it for a single target though. They want to save it for the big fight, but if they can find a pickup before the fact, all the better.
They already wasted Gobble Up, so they won't have that for an additional 26-7 seconds from this point on.
Oh no, what a terrible loss. Gobble Up is on cooldown for 40 seconds. Wait a second. Black hole straight away. He got the spin out and there's a reload away. They didn't stop the IO. They're in trouble now. This might get rough pretty fast. Thompson's being ignored. They'll turn around on Tusk instead, get rid of one of the saves. But Tiger knows he needs to leave. He TPs away. He's almost dead. Reload brings him back. Shackle shot is going to be a whiff. Mid one says, fight me. Who wants a piece of this? Thompson's trying to hunt them as well. Boxy has got the mobility to simulate to move away, but one more hit would kill him, and he's out of mobility now. He won't get away. The ball slapped into his face and bring him down. How's Black Hole for, well, basically a pos 4. That's
Tusk. But that's why I said about the things I said about Gobbler, because usually if you waste it in the game, oh, wait for it. Okay?
Now, the Gobbler is going to be gobbled up himself.
It's like one small thing that brings these chain of effects, right? Like that Gobble Up not being there prevents them from having one extra stun to prevent the relocate from coming, right? It's about the fact that they were smoked when they wasted it. They couldn't afford that. They needed it in that fight.
I just wanted to mock the ridiculousness of that spell being a 40-second cooldown.
Yeah, that's...
But you're right, in that moment, because you're smoked as well, right? It's like, well, we can't wait 40 seconds now if this fails.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
It's going to be a lane.
Yep.
In fact, OG could take more, because you've got no Black Hole for 90. It's kind of up to them. They've got Ravage again as well. They'll go in, Walrus Punch, bye-bye! Captain goes down with his ship.
Probably, they could go for the mid lane as well. There's tier 2 there, but Rosh is up in like 25 seconds. Obviously, they don't know that it's going to be that fast, but they will scout it. And I think that's the safer option, but...
Middle tower is under attack.
Let's see it.
But this is OG. We know that they don't like waiting around when they can feel a lead. If they find Tiger,
We're gonna see.
oh, they see him snowball through. Gush to stop him from blinking away. He's gone. And the reload as well, the bot lane. VODS found as well. Liquid, you know, win behind. What do you try and do? Split push. Well, OG, they've got your number on that one.
They're so good. They're so insanely good. They're pushing mid and not showing 3 heroes. And because of that, Liquid thinks, okay, they're probably behind Jug and Wisp, so we can split out, get our last items that we need. That's the BKB that's so necessary for Enigma. And they get punished. This should be a side here, or the buybacks.
I don't think they care about that buyback. Ooh, Sebi wanted to get the spear under the bear. I mean, they might go, okay, we're happy with that. Roche has to be up now. Let's just go get that instead. I mean, Enigma is going to be up. And he will have Black Hole in 10 seconds. So likely, maybe OG just hold on this infamous high ground and wait for Liquid to try and come and peek their head out.
Well, they're smoking up because they might go for Roche, and you have Black Hole, and I think this is your chance to fight it. Also, Enigma Taiga, he sold one of his no talismans, so he has a BKB now. So you pretty much have everything on Liquid. This is your time to fight. You need to go and contest this Roshan.
Radiant are scanning.
They're going to reveal where they are with a gobble. Smoke's going to break. They see Seb. That's not good enough. He's going to blink away from them. He has the high ground now. VODS with the ults just trying to control him up. Keep him out of the fight. But Koikfa's Bear is losing this fight with his health. Koikfa needs to get it out of here quick. Mid one is going to stop. He says, om nom nom, thank you for the money. And that's the resummon. So if it dies here, they're in a lot of trouble. The bash coming out. It's actually doing it. They're bringing it down. The Reed's going to go. Black Hole's going to be used, but no, the Jugger's not going to be used. They haven't got the full damage. The Ravage is going to come out. It's going to control them up. SAPPHIRE is going to be wrapped from McKay is dead. Koikfa is going to be controlled up and killed off as well. And they just need to run for the high hills. But what good is it going to do? OG just dismantled them again. And now, once again, without Black Hole, they realize it's over. GG gets called.
Man, this game was going to be built or broken by Taiga and his Enigma, and yeah, it broke Liquid's back, that's for sure, because these Black Holes, like even this last one, was a little bit too late when that bear is already about to fall, when they already initiate with Seb, but it was not an easy game for him. They dominated him in the